Welcome to Chair Tai Chi with a splash of yoga today here on Veterans Yoga Project. My name is Gail. I'm your teacher today. This is my 25th year to teach yoga. It's my third year to teach Chair Tai Chi. So I'm excited to, bring this to y'all. So I'm going to stand up, move this chair out of the way. We're going to get started. It's about a 43 to 47, 48 minute class. Oh, there's a cat. Okay, I did not expect that. Sometimes, animals come across the screen, and I apologize for that. She's not too loud, but, if she does, I'll have to get her out of the room. We're going to come away from the back of the chair, and we'll start our class like we normally do for a Chair Tai Chi. We take that right fist. You got to figure out which one that is, right fist, and that flat left palm. We bow down to one another with respect to start our Chair Tai Chi class today. Welcome. So let's place our hands on our belly, on our torso, below the belly button, above the belly button. Relax those shoulders down, maybe feet a little wide here, tall posture, whatever's best for you. And I invite you to breathe in and the belly expands. And as we exhale, contract that belly button towards your spine. So let's start. Breathe in, belly big. Exhale, belly button towards the spine. Relax those shoulders. Again, breathe in, belly big, and exhale. Let's do one more. Here we go. Breathe in, belly big, and exhaling. Now I invite you to feel your feet into the floor. So, my feet are just here right now, but I'm going to press them into the floor. I kind of activate those quadriceps, the knees, the calves, when I press a little bit of force into the ground. So I'm kind of getting out of my brain and into my body when I do that. From here, we're going to kind of align the spine as best we can. And let's do the Atlas point rotation. So this softens our neck muscles. So you're going to take your nose and draw a circle or an oval, whatever you can do, yeah? So here we go. You may hear some little crinkly stuff going on. You don't have to go too fast, okay? Now, if this makes you dizzy with your eyes following the circle, have your eyes look forward as you do your Atlas point rotation. The bonus there is that you're getting a little eye exercise as opposed to the eyes following the movement. Either way is okay. Remember, do what you can with what you got. And then let's pause and go the other direction. So here we go. Ooh, this side's noisy. I don't know why. When I turn one direction, it's like silent. But when I go the other direction, I'm getting this little kind of noise there at the back of the head where the spine inserts into the bottom of the skull. Woo! You may take it a bit bigger, eventually when you kind of get that warmed up a little bit. Or, you keep it wherever it is comfortable today. Again, softening those neck muscles today with our Chair Tai Chi with a splash of yoga. And then let's pause and bring everything back to the center. Next is swimming dragon. So swimming dragon is understanding your range of motion to lessen neck pain. So hands together. We're about a fist distance away from the front of our chest. And you can hook the thumbs if you like, or just keep the thumbs beside each other. Either way is okay, yeah? And once again, we coordinate movement with the breath, which lowers our cortisol, our stress hormone, which, that helps us to reduce our belly fat when we do enough of that, yeah? So here we go. Breathe in, belly big. Ooh, there we go. And exhale, push hands away, turn the head the other direction. Notice your range of motion. Now stay here, breathe in, belly big. Exhale, belly button tight, bring it back to heart center. Very nice. Now again, breathe in, belly big. Exhale, push it away. Now, if you're doing the standing version, you can kind of jut your hip out a little bit more to get a nice side body stretch. You can't quite do that in the chair, though. Breathe in, belly big. Exhale, back to the center. Let's do one more each side. So again, stay here. Breathe in, belly big. Belly button tight. Exhale, push it away. Stay here. Breathe in. Exhale, back to the center. Now we got to do the other side to make it all done. But first we breathe in. Exhale, push it away. Last time, stay here, breathe in. Exhale, back to the center. Let's do that finishing breath where we inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And as if hands were on top of a ball, you're bringing down the energy back down to the dantian, below the belly button, about 2 finger widths below the belly button. So that's your energy center called the lower dantian or the dantian. Several different names for the same thing. Next is spread the feathers. So you're going to take your hands, spread them out like feathers, I guess, and you take the arm out to the side. So when I do this up close, I usually have my arm more high, but you know what? Bring it more below your hip if you can. Then take that thumb, turn it to the back of the room. So you may feel some activation of the arm that's going out to the side, yes? Then you take your chin, actually turn your head to look over that other shoulder, drop the chin towards the shoulder, and then lift the chin towards the sky, spread out those feathers. Now we're going to add on to this. We're going to take the chin and draw a smile with the chin. So bring the chin towards the chest, and then towards that extended arm side. Again, keep it between the easy and ouch. Let's bring it back to the original place. Back to the chin, and back to the opposite side, and release. Woo! Okay, so spread the feathers, opens up the carotid, increases blood flow to the brain, and all that good stuff. So again, let's do the other side. Spread the feathers, lower the arm, turn the thumb to the back of the room, or back behind you, and then take your chin over towards the shoulder, drop the chin towards the shoulder. Always do everything between easy and ouch, okay, folks? And then lift the chin to where the wall meets the ceiling or somewhere comfortable. And then we're going to draw that chin smile. So, excuse me, bring the chin down towards the chest and towards the extended arm side. And then slowly back down towards the chest and towards that opposite side, and release. Very good. Let's spin those hands. That's to loosen our wrists. It's good for carpal tunnel. Plus, it also gives you a little extra air here across your neck, your face, your chest. Now, it's not like stiff arms, okay? It's that wrist. It's the wrist. This is also a preparation posture for when we add the ball, yeah? You know, I could stay here forever, but I know y'all want to do more postures. So let's reverse it. And this might be easier to bring it lower if you're standing, but I like here right at the chest because, again, I like to have a little extra air coming across because I get very warm. All right, and release. Just kind of shake those hands. Let's do Wild Goose Flutter. So we're going to flutter the arms up and down. So this brings energy into our wrists, our arms, into your fingers. And maybe you can take one in the front, one out to the side, and you turn to the side when you happen to do that, and the other side. But again, just kind of notice what feels okay with your body today. And then bring it back at an angle to the front. Now, if you can, out to the side. Notice your range of motion might change. Woo! One more time to the front and down. From here, shoulder rolls back behind you. And so when we do the shoulder rolls with the holds, that's helping us to prevent that hump in the neck, strengthen that upper back musculature. We're not going to hold it yet, though. And then reverse. Go the other way. Oof. I hear all this noise going on. And then alternate it. This looks funny, but it feels good. I'm all for feeling good and looking funny. Reverse. Y'all don't have to laugh with me. I just kind of laugh at myself. Because, you know, I think I'm funny, but I know I'm not. But that's okay. All right, now we're going to wear our shoulders as earrings. Hunch them up. Hug those armpits. Now, you're probably feeling that tension in the upper back. We're going to turn halfway to the side with the shoulders towards our ears. Woo! And release. Woo! Nice. Bring it back to the center. Let's do that again. Roll up. Shift them up towards your ears. Again, imagine that they're earrings. Squeeze those armpits also. And we're going to turn over to the other side. Looks weird, right? Feels weird. And release. Wow. Let's do inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Finishing breath. We're going to bring a hand down beside the body. We're going to do Kuan Yin paints the rainbow. So the palm is facing the leg. I'm going to turn the thumb towards the back of the room, palm away, pinky towards me. Then, now making sure I'm away from the back of the wall and I'm forward a little bit in my chair. Inhale, arm up. And then exhale, woo, arm back behind you, snap, crackle, pop. Inhale, gather it up, flip it. And then bring the other one down. Turn the thumb away, pinky towards me. Breathe in, circle it up, 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 up. Breathe in, by the way. Exhale, whoo, back behind you. Inhale, gather. Exhale, float it down. Now turn that thumb away, pinky towards me. Here we go. Breathe in, up, 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 up. Exhale, back behind you. So this is range of motion, isolation of that shoulder joint. Inhale, gather, flip it, bring the other one down. Turn that thumb away, pinky towards me. Here we go, here we go. Breathe in. Exhale, back behind you. Very nice. Inhale, gather, flip it, bring it down. Last time, this side, pinky towards me, thumb away. Here we go. Breathe in. Woo! Exhale, back behind you. Very nice. Inhale, gather, flip the hand, and bring the other one down. Last time. Here we go. Pinky towards me. Breathe in. Bring it up, up, up. Exhale, back behind you. Oh, my. Inhale, gather. Exhale, float it down. From here, I'm going to shift over to one side of my chair, and maybe my hand on my leg or my hand on my shoulder. We're going to stir the arms. Again, this is a range of motion type of thing. Helps with shoulder bursitis, itis, arthritis, itis, that kind of thing. Usually means inflammation, okay? So if you rest, you're going to rust. So a little bit of movement typically helps folks. So again, do what you can with what you got. Now let's pause and make it go the other way. So when I put my hand on my shoulder, I also feel the little crinkly things that are going on. So sometimes it's like, okay, am I feeling it or am I hearing it? Definitely feeling it. And then make it smaller, smaller, and smaller. Let's shift over to the other side, all right? And I kind of lean out here and do the other side. I'm going to have my hand on the leg on this side. It's not spicy on this side compared to the other. Kim, I like what you're doing. I love it. So this is one that they gave me when I got my pacemaker, because they put my arm in a sling for 2 weeks, reverse. And, I kind of lost my mobility in the sling arm. They don't want the wires to come out. That's why they have you be very immobilized or still. And so the arm circles was one of those exercises to help me get that range of motion back. And so when I saw this in Tai Chi, I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. Make it smaller, smaller, and smaller. I think I said reverse, yes? I don't know if I did or not, but, we're going to make this be very still now. And then come back on up nice and tall. We're going to swing, cup the hands. You're cupping the hands. Make sure you don't have arms that you're going to hit your arm on, okay? The chair arms. I think that makes sense. And swing. Kind of like a heavy-handed swing here. Loosens those shoulder joints. I don't know if that actually loosens the shoulder joint, but it loosens kind of the muscles around the shoulder joint. I don't know. Can we loosen bone joints? I'm not sure if we can. I have to think about that. And so I'm not trying to go forward and back with my body, but there is a little bit of that movement going on, but not much. And then let's go ahead and tap your fingers on your shoulders if you can. A little more bend in the elbows. It's a little bit slower when you do that because you're doing a little bit more. Again, do what you can with what you got. Let's do 3 more. This is 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Let's bring down fist for eagle claw. This is to increase mobility. So inhale, fist to chest. You choose which fist. Exhale, sky high. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, open up the hand, push it forward. Inhale, back to your chest. Feel a little squeeze here. Exhale, out to the side. Now we open and close 5 times. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waist. Other side. Inhale, fist to chest. Now sometimes people use their hand to help guide up to the sky. Exhale, depending what's going on, right? Inhale, bring it back on down. Open up. Exhale, push it forward. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side. Here we go. Throw it 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waist. Other side. Inhale, fist to chest. Eagle claw. Exhale, sky high. Woo! Reach it. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up. Exhale, push it forward like a stop sign. Yeah. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side. Here we go. Throw it 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That was the last time. That side. Other side. Inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach, 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 reach. Beautiful. Inhale, back to your chest, open up. Exhale, push it forward. Stop. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waistline. In fact, inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring down the chi. Very nice. So we're going to take a leg out to the side. And I have my heel flexed, toes towards me. I'm feeling my calf. Woo. And, you know, if I move my behind a little bit, I don't feel it in my behind too much. And so I feel it in the side of my leg. I've got a little sciatica going on today. So this is going to help kind of soothe that sciatica a little bit. So we're kind of flossing the nerve and point it away. Feels a little spicy here. And then let's get that movement going on. Point and flex. So here we go. So this helps prevent foot cramps, improve ankle flexibility. It's considered to be your second heart, returning blood flow in those lower extremities back into the heart. Again, there's a pump in your calf, and that's how blood flow, circulation comes back from those way far away from your body. A couple of more. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now bring it in. I always use my hand to guide me. That's just me. Bring the other leg out. Kind of shake it out and then invite the toes towards you. It can be a softly bent knee or softly straightened leg. What's the difference? I'm not sure. Okay. Sitting up tall also if you can. And when I sit up tall because of my scoliosis, I get grabby feelings in my backside. If you have scoliosis, you may notice that also. So sometimes I'm a little bit less tall to make it more comfortable. Again, make it comfortable, all right? Even though I say sit up tall, be comfortable. Point it away. Ooh, my foot just snapped. Yeah, snap. It didn't like snap in half, but it made that little poppy sound, yeah? And then let's get that motion going on here. I had shoes on here when I was teaching the class before, and it's like my shoe, because I'm on carpet, you know, I wasn't able to easily point and flex, so I thought, I'm going to do it barefoot today. And, you know, that's so much easier for me. So, again, you know, stuff you can kind of experiment with. Again, I love this because this also helps to lower your blood glucose after you've eaten a meal if you're pumping your calves in some kind of form, or that 5 to 10 minute walk after a meal will make that blood glucose, that sugar, go down. So I know I've got a challenging A1C, so I'm kind of watching, trying to increase my insulin resistance and, you know, all the other stuff that goes with that, yeah? 2 more. Here we go. 2 and 1. Bring it in. So maybe put your behind a little bit more on the chair if it's not there already. And let's do some foot rotation. So fingertips underneath. If you're standing, you come up on the ball of the foot to do the ankle rotations. But otherwise, point and flex. Again, point and flex without the weight of the leg on the floor. And then draw circles inwards. Ooh. So again, some of this helps with having better walking ability. I love it. I was going to see how many calories we had already spent. I don't know. My heart rate's up a little bit. I'm looking at my Apple Watch. And reverse, other direction. 97. Woo, okay. I did have heart surgery about 2 years ago, so I'm noticing my resting heart rate is finally coming down. It's taken a bit. And release. I had the surgery for getting rid of AFib. Other side, had what's called a mini maze. Woo. Point and flex first. It's where they go through the ribs and they ablate the outside of the heart, not the inside, because it's thought to be a vagus nerve thing. And then draw the circles inward. Ooh, this side's stiff. And then reverse. Very good. And release it down to the floor. From here, remember those cuppy hands? Let's do cuppy hands to the front. And I'm back to the front of my chair. This is called Lighthouse. And we're going to turn at the quad. The quad is where the leg inserts into the torso. So this kind of section here. And we turn side to side, okay? So cup the hands. First we breathe in. I'm going to bring my feet a little bit wider. And then turn at the quad and then reach out. So you are hinging forward a little bit, and then come back and start to breathe in again. Whatever your natural breath is, and turn and reach out, exhaling, belly button tight, inhaling. So this is challenge your core just a little bit. Again, feet firm into the floor, reaching out. Coordinate your breath with your movement. It's not too fast. It's not too slow. One more time. I got a squeaky chair today. And bring it back to the center. So shake those hands out. Again, nice firm feet into the floor. Back to cuppy hands, tall posture as best you can. And let's do the other side. So breathe in first. Exhale, turn the other way and reach. Inhale back. And reach. We'll be doing spinal cord breathing next, and after that is the blood pressure technique to help balance blood pressure, whether it's high or low. If you forgot how to breathe here, it's inhale when you bring it close to you, exhale as you reach out, or just breathe. Breathing works. One more time all the way around, and back to here. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and bring down the chi. Again, it's cuppy hands in front of you. So this is where our splash of yoga comes into place. It's kind of like doing cat-cow. We get that extension and flexion of the spine. So we're going to inhale, elbows up, chest forward. So there's your back bend. And then exhale, belly button tight, curve your spine to the back of the chair. Chin tucks in a little bit towards your chest. I'm looking over my hands with my eyes. I see y'all. And then inhale, elbows up. Sometimes it can be kind of spicy to come out of that pelvic tilt. Exhale, bring forearms together, curve that spine. Do what you can with what you got. Again, inhale, up, 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 up. Exhale, curve. Now we're going to turn it to the side. So here we go. Inhale, elbows up, turn to the side, turn at the quad. Exhale, back to the center. Guess what? Other side. Here we go. Elbows up. Woo! Exhale, back to the center. We'll do one more. Keep it to the center. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, back to the center. And then inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And then take the back of the hands together, make that little heart. Here's the blood pressure technique. And then you bring the arms down, and you're going to take your thumb into your palm, fingers into your thumb. That's stimulating your heart meridian. And then elbows back, chest forward, breathe in. And then exhale, arms out to the side. And then inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring the back of the hands together. Exhale, bring it down. Grab those thumbs. Here we go. Inhale, elbows back, chest forward. Exhale, out to the side. Again, inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, back of the hands come down. Grab those thumbs. Here we go. Inhale, elbows back. And this is the last one. Exhale, arms out to the side. Last one, inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Come down into that little heart position. Exhaling, grab those thumbs. Here we go. Inhale, elbows back. Exhale, arms out to the side. And we'll do the finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the chi. Very nice. Let's go ahead and kind of shake those legs, stomp those feet. Shake them again, stomp, stomp, stomp. What is that good for? I'm trying to think here. Again, for avoiding getting leg cramps, yeah? All right, from here, guess what? Scoot back a little bit, hands underneath if you can, or hands tap on top of the knee. So whatever you can manage here. This is a cross crawl. This is brain work. Both sides of the brain working a little bit different. This is great for people with Parkinson's. Those of us with neurological challenges, MS, Parkinson's, some of those other things. Oh, plus it's a little cardio. Just a little. Very good. Two more. 2 and 1. Very nice. From here, fingers can be underneath the bend of the knee, or you can use your own muscular strength to bring a leg out to the side for bone density and bring it in. Now, the reason why I use a hand underneath, I want to go a little bit more past my natural range of motion. Let's do that again. Same side. Bring it out, bring it in. Now, if you've got spicy feet business going on, you're going to be a lot softer, okay? Like plantar fasciitis, maybe some neuromas. But it stimulates all those different acupressure places because, you know, reflexology is in the bottoms of the feet, in the hands, in the ears, represents different places in the body. So 2 more on this side, and 1 more. All right, let's do the other side. Again, notice if it feels different. So here we go. I'll do one without it to see what my range of motion is. Woo, it's kind of spicy. And then I'll add the hand underneath to go a little bit higher in that sumo stomp. And then eventually I add a little pressure into the floor. Well, it's carpet. I can do that. My husband said when I do this class, and he knows when I do sumo stomp because the whole building rattles. Anyway, let's do 3 more. 3, 2, oh my, and 1. And go back to kind of stomping those feet, wiggle them side to side, stomp, stomp, stomp. All right, from here, inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and then bring them palms up, down. Let's do swallow flies to the nest. We're going to take one of our hands, inhale, bring it across. Very nice. Exhale, out to the side. I'm going to bring my feet a little wider. Inhale, up and over, and the back of the hand lands in front of you. Exhale. Now, bring it back to the center. Just take the other hand across. Breathe in, and take it out to the side, exhaling. Inhale, up and over, and exhale. So this is a yoga movement also, side lateral flexion. Inhale, bring it across. Breathe in. Exhale out to the side. Inhale up and over. And exhale, land it in front of you or to the side. Bring it back to the center. Inhale, bring it across. Exhale out to the side. Inhale up and over. Whee! And exhale. So here we go. Swallow flies east. Swallow flies west. Swallow flies up and over. Whoa! And lands in its nest. Other side, swallow flies east. Very nice. Swallow flies west. Swallow flies up and over and lands in its nest. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in, swallow flies east. Breathe out, swallow flies west. Breathe in, swallow flies up and over, and breathe out and lands in its nest. Again, swallow flies east, breathe in. Swallow flies west, exhale, swallow flies up and over, and lands in its nest. Let's do the finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and bring down the chi. Very nice, very nice. So we're going to do a combination of knee strengtheners with monk carries the flag. But before we do that, bring your feet in, clap your hands, clap them again, get some heat into the hands. Maybe you're like really grinding. I was making cookies earlier today, so I was, rolling them into the ball and flattening them out. Lactation cookies, not for me. And then on the knees, put a little heat on the knees. Ooh, that's nice. Again, you're being sweet. You're not too much pressure, but just enough. And then reverse, other direction. And if you can, come up on the fingers to get the acupressure point stimulated with the cat claws and reverse it. And while we're here, because we're doing knee strengtheners, let's tap, tap, tap softly the outside of the knees to lessen knee pain. Okay, so we're combining the knee strengtheners with monk carries the flag. So wait, scoot your booty back into the chair. Oh, there's the cat. I don't know how this is going to work out. I hope it didn't bite me. This is a bitey cat. Okay, let's go out. Come on, let's go. Sorry. Come on. Sorry about that, folks. I can't grab her to put her out, and it's like she lets me know when it's time. So that was just a little break for y'all. I know y'all want that break, right? So what we're going to do is take a hand by our hip, hand by the hip, like we're grabbing the bottom of a flagpole, and the other hand, the opposite hand, on the tall side. So it's not hugged into the body, it's out. So you have a little rotation going on here. Now I'm scooting my booty back, okay? And I'm going to lift the opposite knee up and then just stomp the foot back down on the ground. Very good. Now I'm going to take the top hand low, bottom hand high, brain work. And again, opposite knee comes up and stomp. So we're going to plant our flag down, plant it down, plunk, lift the knee up and stomp. Okay, other side, plunk it down, boink. Lift the opposite knee up and stomp. Let's do one more each side before we switch it up. Plunk it down, plunk, knee up and stomp. Very good. Last time this side, plunk that flag down, plunk, knee up and stomp. Now we're going to add on to it. Oh my. Switch it over. Here we go. We're going to do knee up, but this time show me the bottom of your foot. Here's the knee strengthener part. Yes? Maybe so. Knee up and stomp. Take your flag over to the other side, plunk it down. Very good. Knee up. Show me the bottom of your foot. Knee up and stomp. Oh, that one too loud. Other side, plunk it down, plunk, knee up, bottom of the foot. Very nice. Knee up and stomp. Last time, plunk that flag down. Here we go. Knee up, bottom of the foot. Woo! Knee up and very nice. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the chi. Very good. Now I'm scooting towards the front of my chair. Ankle bones together, knees apart a little bit. Going to do the jitterbug where we go side to side. So here we go. That's for mobility. It's for brain work. It's to be able to walk better. You're also noticing, okay, is one foot, ankle, more strong than the other? Maybe. I tend to go more over to one side than I do the other. I notice that. And bring it back to the center. All right. Heels apart, toes towards one another. Ooh. We're going to independently walk them out. This is typically where you figure out, ooh, which one is stronger than the other, because you're kind of automatically doing a comparison, right? Also probably noticing the shins starting to tire, maybe. Oh my, yeah, I'm getting tired of this one, yeah. One more time all the way out or take a break. All right, very nice. Stomp those feet. Come up on the balls of the feet, wiggle the legs, up and down, heels up and down. Very nice. I'm going to come up a little bit closer for the energy work for our big six. Okay. So let's see, we're going to do the Thymus Thump. We haven't done Thymus Thump in a while. So find your collarbone and about 3 fingers down, that's kind of where the thymus gland is, kind of underneath the sternum. We're going to tap. So we do this to stimulate the thymus gland because after you hit age 30, your T cell production starts to go down. So we're stimulating that gland to increase T cell production to increase our immunity. Now, what I like to do sometimes is put a little voice to it, kind of like Tarzan. So here we go. Notice if it's tender. That might mean you have some inflammation going on. So to continue with this Qigong detox, we're going to take our hands, kind of like little Spock hands here, and have them above and below the collarbone. So this is where a big part of our lymph nodes are. 1/3 of our lymph nodes in our body are from the armpit to the neck area, back of the head, and in the collarbone area. You tend to drain from the left side into the heart to get rid of your lymphatic cellular waste. And you can also tap across. All right, let's do the other side. Here we go. If you want to know more information about this, look up the word Big Six, B-I-G, number 6. Dr. Perry Nicholson kind of coined that phrase for what he likes to call the going from low pressure to high pressure to get rid of, to help facilitate getting rid of your lymphatic wastes. And again, you can tap, tap, tap. Now the next one, it's an extra one here. We're going to kind of find the little areas that are in the hollow here. Cross your hands and you're just gently taking the middle 2 fingers and pulsing into that area. Again, that's a big area where lymph nodes are. About 10 times. And again, do those Spock hands. Take the hands in front of your ear and back of your ear and stroke down the side of the jawline. And make sure you go down the side of the neck also. And the fingers kind of go back behind to get there at the atlas point or near the atlas point. or the side of the head, yeah? And I do one side at a time because I don't want to be pressing into the cartoid on both sides. But I know some folks like to do them both at the same time. And let's do the other one. So what a lot of folks notice when they do this lymphatic drainage, they may feel achy. They may have lots of sinus drainage. That's just indication that you're getting rid of a lot of cellular waste. You got to poo, pee, sweat it out. And this is one way to do that. If you have brain fog, this is what you're doing here in the upper body, helps get rid of the stuff that you accumulate at night and get rid of it through your left side into your heart and through your body systems. All right, now we're going to do like a little right angle with our hand and kind of press it into our armpit, and you have that thumb in front on that pectoral, so you can either pulse up or you can kind of do little circles, rub into the armpit. Men and women who get breast cancer, this is one of the areas they check to see, did the cancer spread to these lymph node areas? So we're kind of clearing the waste here, okay? And I know there's some specific lymphatic drainage techniques that get taught after having the cancer surgery, yeah? So this may be familiar to you if you've had one of those surgeries. All right, let's go to the other side. Or those little squeezy things that get the lymphatic flow out of the arms, out of the chest. Again, you can just press up if you like, or you can rub. You can also take the hand and tap into the armpit or the side of the fist and do a little soft pounding. Now, because I had that heart surgery, I have scar tissue on the side of my ribs. I will also pat down where my scar tissue is, because when you have scars, lymphatic flow, it's hard to have good lymphatic flow through those areas. They got me through both sides of the ribs when they did that. It was kind of neat. All right, now I'm going to kind of move my feet a little forward because I'm doing like a little chest press back bend. We go where the ribs are, and we kind of rub into the diaphragm. So this is the one area, the abdominal, kind of the belly, the abdominal area. So there's lots of lymph nests here also. And then I just take my hands, open hands, and do some percussion, or I do fist, pound, or chop. And I go all the way down, kind of where my pubic bone is, and just kind of work it up and down and across. All right, now we did that sumo stomp where we stepped one leg out and then the other. Now I'm going to scoot my feet away a little bit. Where that leg inserts into the torso, that's the quad. Take the side of the hand, chop the quad. So gentlemen that get prostate cancer, this is the area where they check for auxiliary cancer in the lymph nodes, yeah? So let's get rid of that cellular waste. Let's chop it out. This one's a little bit more vigorous than any other area that you kind of deal with. You can do softer if you like. All right, now if you have swelling edema in the feet, your roadblock is typically the knees. So bring the feet in. And now my feet are more away than towards me. I'm going to take my hands back behind my knee pit, and I'm hinged forward a little bit. And I'm rubbing the bottom of the hamstring and the top of the calf and that back, the bend of the back of the knee. And my thumbs are naturally kind of stimulating the side of my knee when I do that too. Again, that's for lessening knee pain. So work the back of the knee if you have swelling in the feet, in the ankles. You work the back of the knee first so that, all the work that you do to try to have less swelling, it's going to be beneficial. It's going to drain. So it goes from high pressure to low pressure. Your low pressure is here at the collarbone. Everything else is high pressure. So you go from high pressure to the low pressure to go through the left side to your heart. Again, a little bit more. All right. And then sit up nice and tall. Let's go ahead and do the hand tapping for the hands. So we're going to do lessening vertigo and headaches. So we're going to tap the sides of the pinkies. Now it's not whapping, okay, it's tapping. Breathing in, breathing out. And then we go into the interwebs of the thumbs. That's for aiding digestion, nausea. So here we go. If you have rings or bracelets, they may make a little noise, yeah? So this is your normal way to do your tapping of the interwebs of the thumbs. Now we're going to switch it. My brain always kind of like goes, what are you doing when I switch? it's like a switch goes on in my head. I don't know why. And the next is the wrist. So this is for cardiovascular issues, heart issues. Tap, tap, tap. I'm starting to burp. It's probably because when I worked my stomach, I let, some air bubbles kind of formed up and all that. That happens when you kind of manipulate your intestines and all that kind of stuff. Burping may happen. Now flip it. Do the other side. Now, kind of like when we swung the arms, when we did the Lighthouse breathing, we cup the hands. We're going to cup our hands and tap softly on the back of the hand for osteoarthritis, for back pain. Now, if you got rings, you got to kind of curve it, okay? So you don't hitting the rings on the top of the hands. Makes your veins kind of pop out too. The nurses love this because it makes those veins more accessible. I don't know why I said that. I have a couple of nurses in my other class that I teach, and they always talk about this one. Let's do the other one, okay? So here we go. And I've got a ring on this one, so I got to curve it a little bit. Now, when I was on blood thinners, I would do this a lot less pressure, okay? Because I tended to, like, bleed underneath the skin. I just, again, the medicine I was on, it just was not helping me at all. Let's move to the back of the wrists. So the back of the wrists is for neck and shoulder pain. Again, I'm going to be soft, but still get some. I guess you can do the fingers. That's harder. I like the cupped palm. And do the other side. Now I've got my watch here, so I'm being a little careful with the back of the watch. Then we're going to make a palm and press into our hand. So this is to lessen stress, improve clarity, consciousness. You'll notice strength one side versus the other if it's any different. Ah. Let's do the other side. Here we go. This is my weaker side. I can tell it right off the bat. Ooh. Very good. Let's clap the hands. Rub those hands. I have more hand sequences on my YouTube channel, so if you're wanting to get more into like the lessening of strokes, a little bit more flexibility, mobility in the hands, you can look for that one. Very good. Let's place those hands on the belly. Relax those shoulders. Breathe in, belly big. And exhale. Again, relax those shoulders down. Breathe in. You can close your eyes or look at the floor. As you inhale, as you exhale, let all the tension from the top of the head, the torso, the hips, the legs, the feet, just relax, release, let go. Let the chair support you today. Let your tall posture support you in your seated posture or standing posture today. Eyes open or closed. Now let's shift our hands either stacked upon each other or hands together at our heart center and drop the chin towards the chest. That's some gratitude of just showing up today. Again, I am recording the class. I'll send y'all a link to the class today that we did. Well, let's think about one thing that we're grateful for today, or at least an idea of gratitude. Either one, okay? And whatever you're grateful for, whatever that idea is, let's kind of grab it and place it into our heart center as we breathe in, as we breathe out. Very good. And let's lift our chin to gaze forward, kind of flutter those eyes open if they were closed. And let's end our class as we started. So we're going to make that right fist, right? That's the sun. And that flat palm, left palm, that's the moon. Then we bow down to one another in respect for coming to our Chair Tai Chi class today. I'm going to now stop the recording. I tried to stop the recording.